Let's take it then to some corporate earnings, where Tech Mahindra saw its fourth quarter net jump as much as 36% to come in at about 377 crore rupees as against the 275.8 it had seen in the previous quarter. Sales for Tech Mahindra also saw an uptick of about 6.4%. But let's get a word in then from the management who are joining in on the show this evening. Gentlemen, many thanks for taking time out for us and speaking. Mr. Sanjoy Anand, I'd like to begin by asking you to take us through the company's numbers and, what the breakup is looking like.
Revenues were $353 million, and our business grew our revenues grew 7% sequentially. Our EBITDA margins for the quarter were at 19.9%. If you look at the full year, our EBITDA margins have improved by 400 basis points. Our non-BT business grew 12% this quarter and sequentially 5%. We continue to have a number of large deals that we are pursuing, and those opportunities, in some we are closer to winning the business than others. In terms of our metrics on productivity, utilization has improved by 1% this quarter.
Mr. Nair, I'd like to ask you the second question. This performance at Tech Mahindra is despite British Telecom's revenues coming lower by about 7.5%. Just wanted to understand if you think that the pain in the BT account is here to continue in FY14 as well.
BT, as we have told the street earlier, we expect a decline in revenues. The decline is, I think, largely because of their internal compulsions, which require them to reduce their expenditure quite substantially. That's the bad news. The good news is that we still are the largest technology provider. The good news is that our share in their wallet of spend has gone up, despite the fact that there has been an absolute decline. The other positive side I see is that our increase with other clients has more than compensated for the decline in the business from our largest customer. So that is what the situation is, and we are living with it.
Mr. C.P. Gurnani, when we met last week for Mahindra Satyam's results, you said that you were pretty optimistic as far as FY14 is concerned. Would you say the same for this company, and what's driving your confidence?
AT&T for the third year has judged us as one of the best suppliers. As a matter of fact, they put up an ad in the Wall Street Journal in US congratulating us. I think it is one of the rare honors, and we are immensely proud of that success, which effectively means that Sanjay mentioned that we have a large deal pipeline, and which effectively means with that kind of a referenceability, I should have a better success rate at converting my large deals. The second part is that we have been able to evolve into global delivery models. We took over a technology lab from Sony in Sweden, which will serve a lot of our mobility customers in Europe. Similarly, we have set up a new technology centers in Netherlands and Belgium. We have added to our already European presence through these two ground up technology centers. The third part is that we have made definitive foray into products, and Comviva has mobile payment products, Comviva has messaging products, Comviva has music download products, and I strongly believe that as the portfolio of telcos changes from only voice to a largely data services kind of an company, our focus on mobility, our focus on products, and our focus on managed services, large deals, will help us being more successful. I'm not saying is that, it's a forecast. All I'm saying is in any given situation, we have a better chance of being successful.
All right, gentlemen, we leave it at that. Many thanks for taking time out and taking us through your company's fourth quarter performance. We'll slip into a short break here on Russia Up Ahead, the latest from the IPL controversy.